learn how to prepare your home, set the stage for a really incredible sale process, remove as much stress from the sale of your home as possible, and have a predictable result that you're going to feel great about. I'm Chuck Marquardt with the Barrentine Group, and while we can't ever predict exactly what's going to happen with the sale of your home, we have a process that can virtually guarantee that if the magic can happen, it will. Process is everything in making sure that your home is marketed and presented correctly to the buyers that are out there and that they will respond in the best possible way. 90% of realtors allow the market to dictate to them how they're going to market a home. 10% of realtors instead use the market to market the home and get the best results possible. And that's what we do. And we do that by using a very specific process, which we have honed and changed and modified over the last 20 years that will present your home in the best light possible. And it's brilliant, if I do say so myself. So what's important? You need as many eyes on this property as possible. Without having a lot of buyers viewing a property, you're not really exposing it to the market, and you don't really know what the best price out there for your home could be. What we do is make sure that we get this marketed everywhere. We make sure that as many buyers' eyes are on it as possible so that you know that you're getting the best result possible. And there's many ways that we do that. It's obviously through social media. It's clearly through the multiple listing service and then being sent out to all the aggregate sites like Zillow or Redfin or Trulia or all of those wonderful things. But we also list on the KW, the Keller Williams listing service, which then shoots out to over 750 websites worldwide, which means your home is being marketed to people in Israel in Hebrew, and it's being marketed to people in China in whatever dialect of Chinese they're speaking in that particular area. It means that they are seeing your home. If they are looking in our area, they are seeing your home. That's a very important part of the process. Preparation of the home is key. We have a process that we go through with you to determine what are the most important things that you need to do to your home to get it ready for sale. While we're talking about maintenance-y things, that loose handle on that door, flooring that was damaged years ago that you've never quite taken care of. But we're also talking about painting. We're talking about cleaning the floors or the rugs. We may even talk about sanding wood floors if it generate enough income for you in the sale in order to make it worth your while. Part of the preparation of your home is also knowing what the condition of your home is, which is why we strongly recommend that all sellers conduct their own inspections on their property, get reports from professionals in the field to get professional inspections done. And we recommend 4 inspections in general. A general inspection, which is like going to a primary care physician and she takes a look at you from top to toe. And if there's a reason why you need to go to a cardiologist, she'll send you, but you don't go to a cardiologist just because. Same thing with a general inspection. We do a general inspection, get a general sense of what's going on with the home. If it turns out that there might be an issue with the foundation, then we get a foundation expert in, but no need to pay for that if there's no actual problem with the foundation. Termite inspection, because in LA, termites are ubiquitous. It's not like other parts of the country where if you have termites, there's a real problem. Here, different kind of termite. They do damage, but it's a very different thing. And then there's chimney inspections because we live in earthquake territory and chimneys are oftentimes not as stable as they were when they were built. So we want to know what the condition of the chimneys are. And sewer line, because many of the sewer lines most of the sewer lines that you'll be working with in Los Angeles are 50, 80, 100, 120 years old. And so we just need to know the condition of the sewer line. We get all of those reports together. This is before you go on the market. So we know exactly what's going on with your home. So we can say this home is in this condition, these are the issues with it. You can actually fix some of the issues before you put it on the market if it makes sense to do that. And if you want to fix it, it's going to cost this much money, but you don't have to. It just depends on what you want to do. We don't want you to do anything to your home that's not going to get you 3 to 5 times what your investment is. Some things are intrinsic that you need to do just so that you don't harm the sale of your home, so taking care of those maintenance-y things. But some things can actually help you make money. We put all of these reports together and we share these reports with possible buyers so that when they put an offer in, They are putting an offer in knowing those details about a property. The next part is, how are we going to present this home? And that means, does it require staging, professional staging, or is the furniture that's already in there or an empty home enough? And depending on your home, you'll get different answers, and we'll take you through that. In this day and age, in this HGTV world that we live in, we know that the first showing of a property is online. The vast majority of people are looking at the photos online and trying to decide whether they even want to come see the property or not, just based on the photos. Photos are everything. We use professional photographers and videographers and drone experts to make sure that online your home is presented in an incredible fashion. So at this point, you have prepared your home, you've staged your home, we've taken incredible photography, we know the condition of your home, and now we put it on the market. This is when all these buyers start looking at it. We have a process that helps increase the opportunity for multiple offers to occur. We list on a Thursday. We have open houses on Saturday and Sunday. We have a broker's caravan on Tuesday. And after all of that, we generally have somewhere between 60 and 150 people who have physically come through the home. At that point, if it's been priced correctly, you will absolutely have offers coming in that following Thursday. Thursday offers are due, seller reviews them, sends out counters to everybody. Everybody who actually submits an offer will get a counter. And with the counter offers go all of the inspection reports, all of the seller disclosures, the preliminary title report, natural hazard disclosure that's required here in Los Angeles. Now the buyer has all of this information. It is utterly transparent, the entire process. Now some sellers are concerned that if they tell buyers that there are problems with the home or there are issues with the home, that the buyers aren't going to want it. And that's just not the case. Buyers know that there's no such thing as a perfect home. And they're going to find these things out when they do their own inspections anyhow. So let's control the conversation. Let's control the narrative. Let them know these are the issues. This is how much some of the repairs would cost if you wanted to do them, but you don't have to. Take all of this into consideration before you put in your final offer, your final counter. So the buyers counter back. They have an entire weekend to review everything. And on Monday, they come back with their best and final offer, knowing all of this incredible information about the building. It's an awesome process. We find that by doing things this way, buyers are more likely to feel great about the purchase. They feel better about the number they put on the table because they know what they're buying. They feel that the seller is being open and honest with them about the property, which makes them feel better about the property. And I would argue that helps them put a larger number on the table, especially if there's competition, because they know what they're getting. The other incredibly positive thing about this process is that the buyers already know the main issues. They still might do their own inspections, and that's fine, but they're unlikely to find something new and major. And if they do come back with a request for repair, we're oftentimes talking about something much smaller or much less of an issue than if they'd found things out on their own. We can't guarantee anything, and yet we know time after time after time, this improves the entire escrow process. The sellers know what's going to happen, the buyers know what's going to happen, the agents know what's going to happen, and we're much more likely to close at that great number that the seller secured in the original process. It's awesome. We love the process that we've developed over the last 20 years. We love how it makes home selling as predictable as it can be. We love that it allows the seller to feel comfortable that they know that something's being handled in a very specific way. We love how they look when they see things happening exactly as we described them happening and getting the results that we described. And we love that it's a process that it allows the seller to be in as much control of the situation as they possibly can be.